Dan, I grew up in San Francisco and went to high school in the 70s and got involved in doing some drugs and it started becoming a habit and wasn't going very well, uh, battling with depression. I got into high school kind of early. I was 13, just was offered some drugs, was curious and started doing it all the time. And it got so bad, my grades were affected and was dealing with depression. It was just not going in a good direction. I was raised in a very kind of high church, high liturgical church setting. So I believed in a God, but a very distant God, a God that was big and all powerful, but not one that really wanted to be involved with me. And so, but then it was towards the end of the Jesus People movement.
The Jesus Revolution?
Yeah.
Were you part of that?
I wasn't, but I saw all the hippies running around
Oh.
when I was a little kid in the 60s. Holy Spirit was big in a lot of the churches.
Okay.
And so I was invited to a camp through Young Life, a Woodleaf camp, and I heard that Jesus really died for me to have a relationship with me the summer of my freshman year. So I said yes to Jesus, but I didn't even know what that meant. But I really started reading my Bible a lot, and kind of listening to Jesus People music, and it was really inspiring.
Yeah.
Second chapter of Acts, and Keith Green, and Phil Keaggy. And so I was trying to walk this new walk. I wasn't doing very well at it and was failing. And I didn't really believe I was forgiven because I wasn't worthy, though I didn't even know that. And then I finally started doing better, like sophomore year, not doing as many drugs, and stopped for a while. I was really trying to just obey the Bible.
Yeah.
And I ended up going to an Eric Clapton concert with a van full of people I didn't know. And they really were pushing me like, hey, have a beer. No, I'm good. With Jesus, I don't do that anymore. And they're like, come on. And finally I said, look, if I have one beer, will you guys stop? Will you leave me alone? They said, yeah, of course. So I did that. But I compromised at that point. And so then it just wrecked me. So I ended up doing whatever anyone handed me at the concert. Unconscious, passed out, have no idea how I arrived at someone's house in Foster City that I didn't know at all, on the living room floor with a bunch of other bodies, like all out.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm trying so hard, God, I just don't know. I can't do it. I give up. And this is where the Bible is so important, because it led me to know what was right. But then he enveloped me with his love, and I had a profound encounter. But he said, I forgive you. And I knew that it was done. I knew that it was, and it was so powerful. I mean, I should have believed him when he said, if I ask for forgiveness, he forgives me. If I rely on, what he did on the cross and the blood that he shed. And but it wasn't able to work itself in my heart until that.
Yeah.
In that moment, I instantly never had a desire to do any kind of drug after.
Wow.
It was like gone. This is maybe almost a year and a half, 2 years after I said yes to Jesus. So this is how God's so patient, and everyone's path is different. He's so tailor-made. He does two things at once. He uses us, he purposes us for a destiny. And so he's working us that way.
Yeah.
And we could think that's impersonal, but he simultaneously is intimately transforming us from the inside out. And it's just so amazing. So now I'm falling hard with God. It's good, but it gets better. 2 years later, 1981, I'm reading and I'm going like, I was baptized as an infant, but it wasn't my choice. I didn't know. And thank my parents for that, especially my mom. God bless her. She's with Jesus now. It's just amazing. Yeah, and she didn't even know. So her faith got stronger after mine. She supported me even though the denomination she was from were opposed to me going to a different church. She's like, my son's following Jesus. So I ended up I didn't want to get baptized in the baptismal in the church I was going to. I'm going like, it's a public declaration. So I asked, can I get baptized at Ocean Beach? And so the youth pastor said, yeah, I'll do it. And so I got baptized the winter of '81 and early '81 at Ocean Beach, and I think I had faith for this too. But when I went down and came back up, I was a different person.
Wow.
So I already said yes to Jesus 4 years earlier, but I believe I was filled with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Because and the evidence, I could talk for hours about the theology and what it says. My personal experience is I saw. Thank you. I saw people different. I only wanted to do what God wanted. So my desires, my intentions, my likes and my dislikes, no sin was inviting at all. It was like so easy. Like, no, that's not pleasing to God. This is easy. It was like completely transformed. And that summer I went to worked at a Christian camp, just doing maintenance, just being a servant. It's been a long journey. This would be a whole nother chapter. After that, and coming back into San Francisco, that was still very dark at the time. I lived like 15 blocks from Anton LaVey's Satanic Church. You can feel oppression. I'd come back over the bridge and I actually would get weighted. It's so cool because he's faithful all the way through. So that was like 40 plus years ago. But now I'm like getting reborn again. Like he's restoring the joy of my salvation and inviting me into new things. Be a part of like rescuing the children, because that's so big on the Father's heart. And then and speaking to people's lives and just coming alongside people.
Well, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon.